All right, this is essentially a video for guys who want to go out, meet more women, make more connections, land more dates, but they just can't find the way to push themselves to start. I'm going to be reading comments from the subreddit r/seduction, which is a popular subreddit. It's got almost 720,000 members. And it would be fair to say most of these guys are nerds. They know about the seduction community and that there's dating coaches, and they understand the idea that if you go out to practice meeting women that you can get better at it over time. But if you read the posts here, you will quickly understand that most of them haven't actually made that first step to go out and actually try. Yeah, so this video is basically for guys like that, and I'm just going to read a few posts. All right, so this first post, it says, how am I supposed to get more experience with sex and relationships when nobody will give me a chance? Now, this got removed by the moderators for being too much of a newbie question, but he did say that he was too shy to talk to women. So I quoted him, I'm too shy to approach women, there's your problem. You want experience? Approach women. There are thousands of guides on overcoming approach anxiety, but I'd suggest getting a coach or an experienced wingman if you're serious about fixing your life. Stop being a victim when you've not even tried. Which is pretty basic advice, but the reason that I wanted to share this on the video is because so someone else has advised him, get over your shyness, start making approaches, no one owes you a date, you need to put in the work. Great advice. He's come back and said, oh shit, just don't be shy, never thought of it like that. Check it out guys, homie right here just solved emotions. And then I said back to him, this response tells me you're not seriously interested in changing. You're just interested in being a victim and feeling sorry for yourself. Millions of people have overcome shyness. It's not a medical condition. Toughen up or continue down the path you've been on. Your choice. So when guys say, oh, I'm too shy to approach women, the solution is to overcome your shyness. It is possible to overcome shyness. You just need to take small steps out of your comfort zone. We've got a whole free ebook about how to do this and the steps you can take. It's called How to Conquer Social Anxiety, and I'll leave a link to that in the description, and you can download that. A lot of guys who don't get started, they know about the seduction community, which is an amazing advantage to them, but they don't get started, and rather than admitting it's because they're too scared, they want to play the victim. They want to say, oh, it's not my fault, I'm an introvert. Oh, it's not my fault, I'm shy. Also, it's a lot of, oh, it's not my fault, it won't work because I don't look a certain way. You have to look a certain way to be successful with women. And all of these guys, deep down, they don't want to be successful. They just want to be a victim. They just want the comfort of knowing it's not their fault. Anyway, if that's you, realize that now. We have helped, I guess, hundreds of guys at this point overcome approach anxiety to be able to approach women, build a connection, make them have fun, eventually get them out on a date. We've overcome our own insecurities as Game Global coaches to be able to do that as well. As far as not being good looking enough to approach women, well, I've made a whole video on that, but basically once I saw the dating coach RSD Tyler and the bold fat ginger guy with a big beard, once I saw him showing women showing them an amazing time, taking them home, then I was convinced that I could do it too. I went a whole year without attracting any women after like a breakup ruined my confidence, but then once I started to learn the sorts of materials that we teach you on this channel, within a couple of weeks, I was able to, let's say, make a connection with some of the most beautiful women that I've ever met. And I looked exactly the same. Anyway, 7 rejections since starting 2 weeks ago. How do I not let this get to me? Okay, so this was removed as well by the moderators for being too much of a basic topic. Pretty funny, right? 7 rejections for the guys that actually go out They realize like that's nothing. But how to not let rejections get to you? The key is to know your own value and to build your own self-esteem, okay? When you know for yourself, you know how much value you have to offer to the world, what an amazing partner you could be to a woman, then really that's all it takes to not let the rejections get to you, because you almost feel kind of sorry for the woman at times, you know, for not being able to, either not being available to be with you, or just not being able to see your true value. That's honestly how I feel about myself. Also, it's about understanding that she's not rejecting you as a person. She's just rejecting your approach. She's just rejecting the 10 seconds of you that she got to experience. She doesn't know anything about your past. She doesn't know probably most of the amazing things that you've achieved in your life. She just didn't like the vibe that you were bringing to her in that moment. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, and it is something that you can improve on. A rejection is basically a learning experience. The more rejections you can stack up, the faster you can improve your skills with women, and the better you can get, the faster you can get. I'm not fun to be around. Is it possible to change this? Crazy question, right? But there are people out there who think that charisma is something that you either have or you don't have. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, we know that it's possible to improve your personality, improve your charisma, improve your communication skills. Anyway, this guy says, he's got some sort of introduction. He says that he's very analytical. Do you guys have any tips for just being more fun in general? Is it something you can improve at, or is it something you either have or you don't? As far as building connection with people goes, especially at a party, being fun seems like 3/4 of the battle right there. I'd say it's more than that. I'd say fun is the currency of dating. The more fun you can provide, the more action you're going to get. Okay? And yes, it is possible to learn how to be more fun. The one thing I would say about this is that fun is not about adding things to your personality necessarily. Yeah, you can learn some jokes, so you can have some fucking props, a fun hat. But really, more than anything, like, fun is about letting go. It's about letting go of your inhibitions, okay? Because I'm sure every like shy or reserved person, they have thoughts like, oh, it would be fun if I say this. Oh, it would be fun if I did this. But they don't do it because something holds them back, right? Normally, it's that they don't think other people would like it. They've got this identity that they're not the sort of confident person that would get away with that. They worry about, oh, what would happen if I did that? Maybe something bad would happen. Okay, if you just strip away all of this, what if I'm not good enough, that's all it takes to be a really fun person. And hey, you notice how most people are more fun when they're intoxicated? That's because alcohol takes away your inhibitions, okay? So you need to learn to do the same thing. And again, we've got a free ebook called How to Conquer Social Anxiety. It's going to teach you exactly how to do that. All right, so there's a lot of posts like this, just basically complaining about women, and they're very popular. This one says, if I cut off every woman who didn't reciprocate my effort, I would only have about one date every year or two. So I responded to this guy. I asked if he meets women in real life. Did I say that? Yep. Do you approach women in real life ever? Do you realize the advantages of doing that over online dating? He says, it's probably better, but I don't really know where. Bars and clubs ain't my scene, and last few times I've cold approached women who were out and about, they haven't really appreciated it. Okay, we'll get into that excuse in a second. But basically what I said to this guy is that if you're just using dating apps, this is why women aren't reciprocating the amount of effort that you are putting in to try and get to know them in most cases, okay? Unless you really build up your dating app to make it one of the top ones, women aren't going to put in effort to try and get to know you or to try and go on a date with you, because you are just one of thousands of average guys, assuming that your profile is average. You are just one of thousands of average profiles that are trying to message her, that are trying to get her out on a date. So why would she need to put in any effort to make that happen, if one, she's a woman and she doesn't like to take the lead, and two, she's got thousands of other like average guys that she doesn't know, just like you, okay? So what I said to him, when you meet women in real life, you put yourself in the front of the queue for her attention just by standing in front of her and saying hi. I'm going to repeat that. You put yourself to the front of the queue for her attention. Thousands of guys in her DMs, you're at the front of the queue if you approach her. It's also easier to get her excited about meeting you because you get to showcase your amazing personality and make an emotional impact on her, which is much, much harder to do in an app with just words on a screen. Okay? So here's the thing, like, you need to understand, everyone, you need to accept that as a man, women don't owe you anything. Okay, just because you put up some pictures on a Tinder profile doesn't mean that they need to really try hard to meet you, because they don't need to. They have thousands of options on Tinder. So it's your job as a man to stand out from the crowd. Okay, either by creating an amazing digital profile on Instagram or Tinder and being the woman that she wants the most out of these thousands of guys messaging her, or by approaching her in real life, building up a fun personality and showcasing that to her face. Okay, is it unfair that women get thousands of messages and average guys don't get any? I suppose, but women have a lot of problems of their own. Okay, men and women are different. That's just something you need to accept, and you need to basically learn to play the best from the cards that you're dealt. All right, now occasionally someone will write some advice on r/seduction and it won't get downvoted to hell, and this final post is an example of that. It's really long, so I'm just going to go through like the main parts. He says, getting women isn't a hack. It's not about what you say, how long you wait to text, or how to strategize a moment to physically escalate. And then he goes on to explain that a lot of these guys on the r/seduction, they have insecurities and low self-esteem, and that is not doing them any favors when it coming to attracting women. Now, a lot of these guys who are new to the seduction community, they want to know like the best line to say, the best Tinder opener, the 3-step guide to taking her to the bedroom, and they want to do that because they want to bypass the hard work of becoming a confident and attractive man, right? And actually, the whole pickup industry was founded by nerds, self-proclaimed nerds, who were looking to just find a way to get laid even though they were nerdy. Okay? Now the problem with like mystery method and the early seduction pickup artist stuff is that basically these guys would eventually get found out. You can't like fake it till you make it forever. And so it was no real way to actually build long-term relationships with women. To do that, you need to actually, work on improving yourself and become a confident and attractive man that women actually want. He goes on to say in the post, a lot of people from r/seduction have a victim mind state, so that they feel like it's, they feel sorry for themselves because their women don't like, apparently, guys of a certain height or a certain race, and that's not doing them any favors. Anyway, and he goes on to say, yes, you should work on improving yourself, but do it for yourself. And then once you get there, the bonus of all this is that you will be doing all of the PUA things naturally, and women will chase you and find you irresistible. Okay? And that's basically the whole premise of my new book, Big Dick Energy. So when I first discovered the seduction community, I also wanted to learn the clever little lines from the game, and the online dating routines and all of this stuff. But the more and more I practiced, the faster I realised that the stuff that matters most is just like the vibe, the energy that you put out in a conversation. Are you having fun? Do you believe you deserve this woman? How confident are you? How comfortable is she around you? All of these things, okay? The vibe, the energy. And basically, you develop that by becoming the confident, attractive man that women really want. And that's what this book teaches you how to do. It features 12 powerful exercises to help you naturally unleash your masculine energy in conversations with women. So if you're the kind of guy who struggles to start conversations, to keep a woman's interest once you're in a conversation, to stand out in like a busy social environment like a party or a nightclub, this book's really going to help you. It features all of our best techniques that we teach with our one-on-one coaching. It's available for the price of a book. It's available in ebook and paperback. You'll find the link in the description and the pinned comment. Other than that, my name's Joe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you real soon.